Yeah, I just found out she died.
Sometimes I just don't think I'm strong enough to deal with all this.
It's going to take time to process exactly what you're going through.
I know you don't want to hear this, but you need therapy.
This is hopefully the last time I'm so sad on camera for a long time. I hate being sad, you know. I don't want to feel like this. Ukraine, yeah. Fuck. Can't do this right now. Hey guys, I didn't know how quite to film this video. I normally post on Wednesdays, but for the last week I was struggling to film myself in front of the camera because I don't want to get too emotional for you guys. Actually, that's not true. I want to be vulnerable and show you guys what my reality is. However, when I get too emotional, then I'm unable to make my thoughts concise for a video. So I wanted to sit down and just chat with you guys. I truly think that what I saw in Ukraine and the people that I met, those stories have to be shared.
Там голод, там холод, там невозможно жить. Дайте возможность вывести женщин и детей и стариков. Все, больше я ничего не прошу. Больше ничего, только спасите их, вывезите. Дайте возможность.
Though the media has moved away from this, these attacks are still happening every single day.
This video, I want to talk about death.
They say they bring peace, and this is a peace.
I want to talk about why I went to Ukraine, how I ended up making an impact, and why I ultimately decided to leave, which was one of the toughest decisions of my life.
So let's rewind and start from the beginning.
And when I mean from the beginning, I mean before I was born. This is Lisa Tran and Truck Vu. They're my parents. I know. Good looking, right? They're both actually war refugees from Vietnam. My mom lived on a boat for 4 months when she escaped and was put into a camp in Hong Kong for 4 years. My dad had a little bit of an easier time. He escaped by airplane but was put in Camp Pendleton, California for 3-4 years. The point is my parents worked so freaking hard to provide for their family. I don't have that many photos and videos because my dad passed when I was 18. However, he instilled to me that the most important thing in life was human connection. I have a layover in Copenhagen and Stockholm, and then I'll be arriving in Poland. We got some wheels headed towards the border right now. There are miles and miles of Ukrainian refugees waiting to get across the border. In March, it was freezing cold. People were heating their hands with trash.
What is your name?
Sophia.
Where are you from?
Kyiv.
Oh. Where will you head to next?
I don't know.
The main reason why I came to Ukraine was to try to make these people's lives just a little bit easier. There's actually another reason. I was traveling the world in 2018 and I didn't really have that much money, so I was sleeping in train stations, bus stations. When I went to Ukraine, these people took me into their homes and treated me like family. I remember this one guy saw me. He took me in to get tea and then he proceeded to take me to a grocery store and bought me 2 shopping bags full of groceries. He wanted me to try the goods that make Ukraine feel like home to him. Oh no. I don't even know how to explain this next story. I rescued a fox that was in the snow, took him to the vet. It was just really cool to see him smile. He was so cute. Definitely one of the highlights of volunteering. I never actually thought I'd go into Ukraine. So I got connected with Mission to Ukraine, and they're run by Dylan and Mark. Mark is actually from Kharkiv, Ukraine, and Dylan is his best friend. They're former Cornell grads that left their jobs in tech and banking to fly all the way to Poland with one goal, basically fundraise a shit ton of money and try to save some lives. The month I started working with them, it all blew up in the best way possible. We started having interviews with all major news networks, calls with massive donors, trips to warehouses, to pharmacies, and delivering into Ukraine that I was going along with. It was crazy. I want to say that things exploded because of me, but truly these guys deserve all the credit. They basically gave up their mental sanity to help out Ukraine. I feel like sleep does not exist to these guys. Because things were picking up so quickly, their friend Evan decided to fly in and help us out. We've raised over $500,000 for Ukraine.
Because we're gonna meet a lovely family and we're gonna get them a US visa and they're gonna come home.
I came in hoping to just help out and I inadvertently made some new best friends. Moving to Ukraine was fucking crazy. Explosions, medical deliveries, people were starving.
This right here is basically all the food they have, which is crazy because it feeds the entire town. There's just no one getting any supplies out here.
Homes were destroyed. I ended up going to 11 different cities in Ukraine. Lviv, Kiev, Rivne, Lutsk, Ternopil, Mukashevo, Cherkasy, Poltava, Kharkiv, Zolochiv, and Barkamivka. I want to talk about how literally everywhere I went in Ukraine, locals were so nice, so appreciative, except that racist German guy that kicked my camera.
Yo, bro, I heard you're the one that kicked my camera.
No, we didn't take it. It had the microphone next to it.
It's completely off.
Because it was standing
Why didn't you ask me? I was sitting there before the entire time. You saw me walk there.
Because it was standing there about half an hour. I can't say anything.
Listen, bro, I'm recording right now. I'm definitely recording. You fucking kicked my shit.
That's my problem.
I'm still pissed about this. One of the orgs we got really close with was the Renegade Relief Runners. Basically work with getting supplies from Poland into the front lines.
How close is this to the Russian border?
9 miles.
What?
I was there 2 weeks ago and we almost got blown up.
They invited me to join them on a trip and it was truly amazing. Some of the places we were delivering food to only had like 7 boxes of food left. It quickly became apparent that if we weren't delivering their food, people were going to starve to death.
You know, one of the tough things about doing humanitarian aid org is like filming the people, because you just feel like fucking nasty doing it, but you need to do it because you need content to raise more money.
This is gonna sound really weird, but going to Ukraine really restored my faith in humanity. It doesn't make any sense because we're in a war zone and people are dying. However, it just was so refreshing seeing how many people from all around the world were coming in and volunteering with no real plan, just trying to help out. And the Ukrainian people, wow, like they're under siege, they're under constant fire, and yet they still have so much time to show so much love and care.
So?
That was very good.
Good?
You okay, man? That was a crazy explosion that I saw. You almost died. You alright?
I felt like such a wimp leaving Ukraine. It was a mixture of me almost dying and finding out my friend passed away. I'll try to go over it quickly because I've chatted about it.
You could have died. You should have died. You should have been hit by shrapnel and been on the ground like the man that you were able to.
I was in an explosion that killed 9 people and injured 19 others. By some stroke of luck, I and my team were uninjured. Our vans, however, were basically fucked. We ended up staying in Kharkiv for a week total, just waiting for our vans to be fixed, trying to sleep under the sound of explosions. I was struggling so much to deal with it, but I realized that at least I get the chance to leave. The majority of people in Ukraine, they don't have that option. Later on, I found out that my friend had passed away. It was all so quick. The explosion, her dying.
I just saw a man explode.
Begging for his life. I saw my own life flash before my eyes. None of this really made any sense in my head. My friend Harley that died, I'm just gonna touch upon it briefly, but she was the most amazing gal, a true diva, fashion icon that we talked a few months ago about how we were going to both change the world. Her and I were supposed to go to Kiev. I couldn't go because I ended up getting sick and I thought I had COVID, so she went by herself. No one really preps you for what you're gonna see. I guess when she got back, everything was too much for her and life was too much for her. I should have been there. I really wished I'd gone to Kiev with her. As much as I'm crushed, I know that her loved ones and her family in immeasurable pain right now. So, rest in peace, Harley.
Get down, get inside, get in the seat.
After that, I made the decision to leave Ukraine.
Cậu happy không?
I'm really happy, Mom. Like, maybe you should come out sometime.
Mày lo cái thuế xong rồi, you know.
Yeah. Alright, bye, Mom. I love you.
Bye, I love you too. You take care, okay?
Sounds good, Mom.
Bye, I love you.
I just don't want to leave my mom alone. It's all she has left, you know.
I know you don't want to hear this, but you need therapy.
There's one thing I need to do first.
This is a van I found on Facebook Marketplace. Buying a van and driving around Europe has been one of my biggest dreams. It's the same van we transport supplies in and out of Ukraine with. This is a big shift in my life, but I'm really excited for this next chapter. So I left Ukraine and I'm traveling by land to England to pick up this new van.
I just want to say that though I'm still processing what happened, I saw so much love and care these last 3 months. The Ukrainian people truly made this place feel like a second home to me. I'll include some links in the bio of some of the orgs that are still working if you want to support, because these people still need our help.
Peace, Vu Crew.